dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano Boarding and Day School.
How are you doing at home? I hope you are safe and you're doing well. I welcome you back to today's lesson. We are in chapter 12 and the topic is about the time. What is the time right now? Can you check at your watch? What is the time? Is it night right now? Or it's morning, or it's daytime? What's the time? Now, time is divided into two. That is daytime and nighttime. Daytime, it is starting from morning up to evening. And we have from all 7 p.m. in the evening up to 7 in the morning. Time is written in two ways. That is in AM and PM. AM, it starts from midnight. That is, midnight is written as 00 time. It goes all the way up to 12 p.m. during the day. That is noon. Now, after all this explanation, let's check on what we have here. As I've already told you, a day has 24 hours. These 24 hours is divided in daytime and night time. We have daytime, it has 24 hours, and nighttime it has daytime it has 12 hours, and nighttime it has 12 hours. That is 12 I plus 12, that is 24 hours. That means that a whole day it has 24 hours. That is 12 plus 12. Now, I have from midnight to midday time, we call it AM, as I told you. That is 1 hour after midnight is written as 1 AM. So midnight, it's written as 00 hours. When it's noon, that is 12, it's written as 12:00 noon. That is where now the PM starts from. Now, what is the time 1 hour after midnight? Midnight, as I told you, midnight is written as 00 hours. So 1 hour after midnight, if we have 00.00, this is midnight. 1 hour after midnight, it means I'll plus 1 here. That one, I'm going to get it 0, 0. Then this is 1 and this 0. That's going to be 1 AM, because from midnight, we call it AM. So we have here 0100 AM. So the time is 1 AM. What about 2 hours after midnight? Midnight is written as 00 hours, the way I explained here. What about 2 hours after midnight? That means I'm going to add 2 here instead of 1. And that is going to be 2 AM. Because from midnight up to noon, we call it AM. Let's go to the next example. This next example, I have it here. Example 1. Write AM or PM. Write AM or PM. We are going to use these two answers to fill in these questions that we are given. 4 hours after midnight. As I told you, midnight is written as 00.00. This is midnight. Now, what about 4 hours after midnight? After, it means I'm going to add. The meaning of after, it means I'm going to add. I add the midnight I plus the 4 hours. That's going to be midnight, it is 0.00. I plus 400, that is 4 hours. That's going to be 0, 0, point there, 4, and this is 0. It's going to be 4 a.m. because midnight it is a.m. That is the time for the midnight. That's why we got it here, that 4 hours after midnight means we add the 4 hours that we are given plus 0.00 hours. That is, anytime you see 0.00 hours, it means this is midnight. That is called midnight. So here we wrote it AM because that time was midnight. Let's check the next example 2. We have example 2. Write AM or PM 4.5 hours after midnight. Okay, so 4.5 hours after midnight. I know anytime you see a fraction, then you see that the question is hard. The question is not hard because we know that 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. But we are given 5.5 hours. I'll change 5.5 into an improper fraction. That's going to be I times here, I plus here. That is 5 times 2, it's 10. I plus 1, that is going to be 11 over 2. 1 hour has 60 minutes, so I'll multiply by 60. And this is going to be, this is 1, and this is 30. So I'll have 11 times 30. That's going to be 330 minutes. These minutes that were given that way, we convert these minutes into hours and minutes. That's going to be 330. I divide by 60. That's, I'll take 5, which is 300. I will remain here with 30. That means this 5 that I found here, that is the hours. And this 30 I found down here, these are the minutes. So this 5 hours is what I have here, 5 hours. And these 30 minutes are the ones that I have here. So I told you that after, it means I'm going to add. That is 5 hours after midnight. Midnight is 0.00. I plus my 5 hours, the ones I found here. I write here 5.30. I plus. This is going to be 0, 3.5 and 0. Midnight, it means this is AM. Midnight, it means that is AM. So the time here is going to be 0530 AM. That is 5:30 AM in the morning, because midnight is written as AM. Let's go to the next example. I have the next example here. But this example, you're going to write AM or PM, example 3. 4.3 hours after midday. The other one we're doing after midnight. Now this one is after midday. So how do we get 4.3 hours after midday? Midday, it means this is noon. And noon is written as 12.00. Midday again, it means that is PM. I told you midnight, it is AM. Midday, that is PM. Now, 4 1/3 hours after midday. That means 1 hour equals to 60 minutes. Now, I have 1/3 hours. How will I get 1/3? I'll say 1/3 times 60. That is 3 is 1. Here it is 20. So that is 20 minutes. So we have 4 hours and 20 minutes. Now, how do we get the time 4 hours and 4 1/3 hours after midday? Midday, I know it's 12. That is 12.00. I plus 4 hours. I plus, not 4 hours. I plus, yes, 4. I plus 4 hours and 20 minutes. So this is going to be 0, 2 points, that is 6, and this is 1. So it means this time that we are going to get here, it's going to be 4:20 p.m. because midday, that is p.m. So the time is 4:20 p.m. and not here as early written here. So we go to the next part. That is, the next part is on an exercise that I expect you to do. After you go this last example, then you'll be able to do for me just one exercise on one question. That's the last one. That one. Write AM or PM. 4 o'clock in the morning. Is it AM or PM? 4 o'clock in the evening. Evening, that is PM. Evening, that is PM. So you are going to write AM or PM. I don't want to tell you the answer, but I like you to write for me an answer there. So you try that one question as an exercise, and you choose an answer from the one you are given there, AM or PM. After that, we meet in the next lesson. Thank you so much for today's lesson. Enjoy yourself.